welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Gigi and today we have a morning yoga flow. So good morning and let's get started in a comfortable seat of your choice. No equipment needed, but blocks are always an option. So find a comfortable seat, doesn't have to look like mine. Roll the shoulders all the way up to the ears and slide them down your back. Yes, close the eyes down and just take a second. You may have only just woken up. So taking a second just to be aware of the space that you're in, the body that you're in. How does your body feel right this second? And then ask yourself that same question at the end of this practice. The answer may well be different. In today's practice, we will be, yes, lengthening some muscles, but also activating particularly the core muscles. Hopefully giving you a bit of get up and go for the day ahead. Everybody take a deep breath in through the nose and sigh it out through the mouth. Yeah, go on. One more, just like that. Inhale. Sigh it out. Good. Blinking open the eyes. Let's just take some gentle head movement to start. So you're going to tilt right ear to right shoulder, keeping the opposite shoulder down as much as possible. And then take it the other way. We're just feeling it out. And switch again. And one more time. Good. Now let's take this into some semicircles. So taking your chin down towards the chest, rolling the ear to one side. It doesn't matter if you're going a different direction to me, just moving the head really nice and slow and mindfully. We're not slamming our body into anything this early in the day. Good. Give me one more each way. That does feel really good. Good. And bring your head all the way back up to center. Now let's take a seated cat-cow variation. So interlacing the hands, then you're going to push them outwards and round through the upper back. You're pushing an invisible wall away. Inhale to reach up nice and tall, so you're straightening through your spine. And exhale to let it go. Inhale again, interlace the hands, push it forward, reach it up, and exhale, let it go. Good, twice more, just like that. Push it forward, lengthen up, and let it go. And one more. Reach it up. And let it go. Beautiful. Coming into a side body stretch here, bringing your left fingertips down to the side. Reach your right arm all the way up, maybe looking up, and then take it up and over, keeping the opposite butt cheek grounded. Inhale here. And exhale. Can you find a little bit more length down that side body, the obliques, the armpit area? Good. And take it the other way. Beautiful. And then from here, lean back into your hands. You're going to separate your legs, bringing your right foot onto the top of your left thigh. So we're in a figure four position here, leaning back nice and heavy into the hands. You're just going to rock this figure four from side to side. I recommend flexing the feet just to protect the knees a little bit and just working through these glute muscles. Whether they're tight or not, this will always do some good. Good. Give me one more rock each way. And then you're going to rock over towards your left. You're going to plant the right sole of the foot down onto the ground. So that's the leg that was on top. You're going to look over your left shoulder to the back of your space. And then right hand is going to connect to the inside of the right thigh and just gently push against that leg. So you're coming into a twisted position. Breathing here for 1, 2, and 3. Nice. Coming back through center. And that was a lot of rights and lefts. So if you ended up on the other side, don't worry. Just make sure that you do both sides. Let's take it the other way. So just gently rocking your figure 4 with your left leg crossed over from side to side. Ooh, this feels lovely. Good. One more. And then finding the twisted position on the other side. So it should be the left sole of your foot that comes down. You're looking over your right shoulder and then pushing left hand into the left thigh as you take that twist. Look into the back of your space. Last breath. Good. And come back through center. Unravel the legs. We're going to take it to tabletop position. Let's do it. So, hands and knees, hands underneath the shoulder points, knees underneath the hip points. Inhale and exhale. Just land in a neutral position. Engage your belly button towards your spine. So you're tightening up this belt, which is your core. Now inhale, drop the belly, lift the chin, lift the chest. And exhale, round. Good. One more in traditional form, just like that. And exhale. Good. Now let's take some circular motion. So I like to take my ribs over towards the right. Dip the belly down, ribs to the left, and up and over. But if you're going in the opposite direction, don't worry about it. Base it more of how you feel than how it looks. Lovely, and then switch your direction once you've done approximately 3 circles. You can get your head involved. The last one, wherever you are. And coming back to center. Gorgeous. From here, let's take a bit of that core activation. I think it's time. I think we're ready. Tuck the toes under. Inhale. As you exhale, press into your hands, push the ground away, and hover the knees off the ground. Inhale, tap the knees down, nice and light. Exhale, lift just a couple inches off the ground. Twice more. Sucking your belly button in towards your spine. Last one, you're going to hold and hover for 4, 3, 2, 1. Take the hips all the way up towards the sky. You're coming into your first downward facing dog. The knees can be generously bent. And you could also take your doggy for a walk. Push the ground away. Shoulders away from the ears. And think about bringing your chest towards your thighs. Lengthen the tailbone all the way up towards the sky. And now we're going to alternate between that hovering quad position and your downward facing dog. So inhale up here. Exhale to come back to your hovering all fours. 3 more times. Inhale up. And exhale, hover. Twice more. And hover. Push the ground away. Last one. And hover. We hold in this hover for 4, 3, 2, 1. Gorgeous. Drop the knees. And if you need to come off your wrists for a second, just shake them out. You did really well. Good morning. Okay, let's take a little bit more activation work. So back to your all fours position. We're going to take a bird dog variation. So you're going to extend your left leg back and your right arm forward. From here, if you just want to stay here and work with your balance, making sure that your hips stay in line with one another, you're welcome to do that. If not, you're coming with me and we're doing 4 lifts and lowers. So you inhale at the bottom, Exhale, lift. You're trying to keep the middle of your body as still as humanly possible as your limbs start to lift. You don't want that pelvis to rock too far to the left or to the right, staying as central as possible. Your last lift, hold it here for 4, 3, 2, 1. Now you're going to tuck your right knee to your left knee towards your right elbow for 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. And bring that left foot through between the hands. Nice. Coming into a low lunge. You can bring the fingertips down so you're in a runner's lunge, or you can bring them up towards your thigh. Take a deep breath in, squeeze the inner thighs towards each other, and exhale, sink down so that you feel that right hip flexor start to stretch a little bit. Nice. Bringing the right hand down towards the ground or onto a block. Reach the left arm all the way up to the sky so that you're stretching towards your front leg. Inhale here. And exhale. One more. Beautiful. Bringing that left hand down to frame the left foot. We're going to hinge it back into a half split. So straighten the left leg, flex the left toes. You can have a generous bend in that left knee. But we want to feel the stretch into the belly of that left hamstring. Inhale to lift the chest. Again, blocks are always welcome here. And exhale to sink down. Roll it all the way forward, back into your low lunge. Plant both palms down and step back to your first plank pose of the session. You can always have your knees down, but whichever version you're in, make sure that your bum stays tucked under and that you're pushing the ground away so you're doming through the shoulders. We're here for 5 breaths. 5. Stay strong. 4. Energy through both sides of the body. 3. Don't collapse into the shoulder blades. 2. And 1. Beautiful. Bring the knees down and just take it back briefly for a child's pose. We've got all of that to do on the other side. Take a deep breath in and sigh it out. Lovely. Okay, back to all fours. We're going to find that bird dog variation on the other side. So this time it's your right leg that extends and it's your left arm that extends. We inhale here, making sure that the pelvis is neutral, the hip points are at the same level. And exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Think about avoiding arching the spine. Last one. Hold here. Now tucking your knee towards your elbow for 4, 3, round through the spine, 2, 1. Gorgeous. And bring your right foot through between your hands. Good. Same options here. You can bring the hands down or you can bring into the thigh. Inhale, squeeze the inner thighs towards each other. Activate the glutes. And exhale, sink it down so that you feel that left hip flexor start to turn on. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, find that easy twist. So left hand comes down to the mat or to a block and right arm reaches all the way up towards the sky. So you're twisting towards your front leg. Inhale here, find length, energy through the fingertips. And exhale, fingertips come down and hinge it back into your half splits, straightening through your right leg and really, really flex through the toes. Inhale to lift the chest and exhale to lower. Good. Roll it through into your low lunge once more. Frame the foot and step it back into your plank pose. 5 breaths again. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. And this time, pike it back into your downward facing dog. Take your little doggy for a walk. One more time. And then walk it all the way up to the top of your mat for a standing forward fold, just allowing yourself to drape over the tops of your thighs. So if that means that you need to really bend your knees to get there, please do so. Grab opposite elbows, take a gentle sway from side to side. Very nice. Take one more inhale and start to roll up to standing, letting go of the elbows, vertebrae by vertebrae, as if you were gluing yourself up against an imaginary wall, piece by piece. Perfect, we made it to standing. So we're going to take a couple of rounds of sun salutations. It only seems right. Short standing sequence, and then we're done. So bringing your big toes to touch, a little gap between the heels. Stand nice and tall in Tadasana mountain pose. Take an inhale and an exhale. Beautiful. Inhale, reach your arms all the way to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back, halfway lift so you find a right angle here. And exhale, fold. Plant the palms down, step it back to a plank pose. For this first one, you can take your knees down. We're going to take knees, bend the elbows in towards the rib cage, chest and chin. Inhale, low cobra, everybody. Exhale, push through your tabletop position, tuck the toes under. Downward facing dog, 3 breaths. 3, 2, last one. Look to the top of your mat, make your way there. Inhale, flat back, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach your arms all the way to the sky. And exhale, hands to heart center and down at the sides, Tadasana. Twice more, just like that. Let's up the pace a little bit. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Plant the palms, step or hop it back. And then options here, knees, chest, chin, or you can take your chaturanga, hovering off the ground, flip onto the tops of the feet, upward facing dog, keeping the knees and thighs off the ground. And exhale, downward facing dog, 3 breaths. 1, 2, and 3. Look to the top of your mat. Maybe this time you want to take a little hop there. Give it a go. Inhale, flat back, half lift. And exhale, fold. Inhale, reach your arms all the way to the sky. And exhale, hands down at heart center. Tadasana. One last round. Inhale. And exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back. And exhale, fold. Plant the palms, step or hop it back. Chaturanga to upward facing dog, or knees, chest, chin to cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog, 3 breaths. 1, 2, 3. Look to the top of your mat, make your way there. Inhale, flat back, half lift. And exhale, fold. Inhale, reach your arms all the way to the sky. And exhale, hands down to heart center. And then hands down by the sides. And just take a deep breath in. And out. And just see if you can stay here for a couple of moments. Maybe with the eyes closed, without fidgeting. I know the urge is strong. And notice your increased heart rate. The energy starting to run through your body. Beautiful. Okay, blink open the eyes. Let's go with our short standing sequence. So we're going to keep the left foot forward, take the right leg back first. We're coming into warrior 1. So back foot on a 45-degree angle. You're going to reach the arms all the way up towards the sky and squeeze the inner thighs towards each other as if they had magnets on them. Squeeze your glute muscles nice and high with those hands. We take a deep breath in and out. Roll the shoulders away from the ears, in and out. Tuck the pelvis under, in And as you exhale, we're going to open out into warrior two. So you're going to turn to face the long edge of your mat. Sink nice and deep into your front knee. And then notice if you're leaning too far forward, too far back, and find yourself just perfectly in the center. And then activation through the arms as if you were pushing down into something. Look forward over your front middle finger. And then check, is your front knee starting to cave in a little bit? Push it outwards with the invisible force. Take an inhale here. Exhale, drop your back hand to your back leg and reach back with your front arm. Take an inhale here. Reverse warrior. Finding length through the side body. One more inhale. Exhale, back to warrior two. Gorgeous. Straighten that front leg. You're going to bump the back hip back. And then you're going to reach nice and long through your front fingertips until you come up and over, coming into triangle pose. So hand can be on a block here, fingertips come down, you can bind the big toe with your peace fingers, or you can do as I'm going to do. I'm going to keep it nice and active and actually hover that hand off the ground. 2 more breaths here. Last one. Good. Coming all the way back up. And then you're going to turn your right heel in. We're going to come into goddess pose. So the toes are facing outwards. The heels are facing inwards. We're going to come all the way down into goddess or horseshoe pose, whichever version you recognize. Bringing the hands to heart center. Now, this can feel quite fiery quite quickly. We're here for 5 breaths. We've already done 1. Let's go for 4 more. Squeeze the glutes, engage the core. Shoulders away from the ears. 3. Can you sink a little bit deeper? 2. Last one. Ooh, shaking. And straighten the legs. Gorgeous. Just turn to the top of your mat. Whoop, and step to the top again. Gorgeous. Let's do all of that on the other side. So this time it's going to be warrior 1 on the other side. So taking your left leg back, 45-degree angle, making sure that your front foot is facing forward. Inhale. Exhale. Sink in. Inhale. And exhale. 1 more. And open out to warrior 2 on your exhale. Good. Make sure that you're pressing down into the invisible brick wall underneath your hands. Look over your front middle finger, finding that drishti, that focus point. Last inhale. And find your reverse warrior on this side. So reaching your front arm all the way up and back, finding that side body stretch. And notice if you're coming out of that bend and bend even deeper into that front knee. Beautiful. Come back to your warrior 2. Straighten the front leg. Bump the back hip back. Reach forward with the front arm and tip up and over into your pyramid. Nope, your triangle pose. Maybe hovering that hand. Last inhale. Beautiful. Exhale is going to bring you all the way back up. And we have goddess pose on this side. So bring the hands down. You're going to find yourself into your goddess pose. Heels in, toes out. And we come down into that squat. Beautiful. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gorgeous. Nice job, everybody. Step to the top of the mat. Tell you what, I can feel my blood running through me, feeling quite flushed. Inhale, reach the arms all the way up to the sky. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back, half lift. Exhale, fold, plant the palms and step it back to downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, bring the knees all the way down. Good. Just to finish off, walk the hands forward. Bring the belly down to the mat. Bring the hands by your side with the palms facing up towards the sky. Bring the forehead down to the mat. Inhale. Exhale. Lift the legs, lift the upper body, lift the arms. You're in Shalabhasana, locust pose. Drag the shoulder blades away from the ears and then in towards each other for 3. Can you lift those legs a little higher for 2? Chest a little higher for 1. Good job. Bringing the hands one on top of the other and resting your forehead on them and just letting your hips rock from side to side. Nice job, everybody. Now, you can take Shavasana if you'd like, because this is a morning practice, and I want you to stay awake now. I'm going to bring you to seated, just to take a couple of breaths to close the practice. But if you want to take those on your back, you're very welcome to do so. So once you're wherever you want to be, close the eyes, take a deep breath in through the nose. Sigh it all the way out. And again. And just like we did at the start of practice, I want you to notice how your body feels. And notice that without judgment of yourself. Anything is valid. Take one more inhale. And as you exhale, blink open the eyes. Thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you for your time and your energy, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.